figures.
Well, hello everybody from the greetings from the great white north of Castlegar, British Columbia. I wrote everything down here because I didn't want to forget any of my witty comments that might come out here tonight. But we spent a lot of time thinking about what I could say here tonight. Unfortunately, most of that time was between midnight and 3 a.m. on this past Thursday morning, and then again last night, so I'm trying to get to sleep. But there's a lot of things that I could say that would make Kristen cry. But I'm not going to do that. Because we all know how she's able to turn on the waterworks at pretty much any given moment. And I suspect that there's going to be somebody up here that's going to say something that's going to turn on those waterworks. We first met Brian on Skype in 2016, right? Yep. Okay. And then again, that following December, when we had the pleasure of having Chris and Brian come up to Castlegar, and we all celebrated Christmas and Hanukkah together. And that was a real treat for us. It was pretty clear from us, from our first encounter with meeting Brian, that these two people had a special bond. And, sorry about that. And it was clear to us that they were truly meant for each other. And we're just absolutely delighted that you found each other. And we're so delighted to have Brian join, become a member of our family. Now, having met some of the Fleischer family, and I guess the Gerwich family as well, but you know, it's pretty clear to us that Brian has some pretty good stock. But I'm questioning that a little bit here so far earlier this evening. He seems to be reluctant to talk, and I don't know whether that's because Kristen is forcing that situation, or you're just going to win, or just what the situation is here. Okay? But yeah, you're going to have to shape up a little bit, okay? Now, I did a little bit of research, and I'll explain how this, or the relevance of this research here in a moment. But on Kristen's maternal side, the ancestors come from the family name of Lowe. And Wikipedia and Ancestry.com, they tell me that Lowe originates in, it could be English, it could be Norman, French, or it could be German, or even Scottish, they said, as an afterthought. And yeah, she is Scottish, but in some of the descriptive words that they talk about in there, they say someone that with the surname of Lowe has a tendency to be kind of a lion, brave, regal, even ferocious. Now, if you think ferocious might be an odd one for her, you clearly have not driven with her on the streets of San Francisco. Okay, I've been known to drop a few F-bombs here, but driving with her made me blush, and I learned an entire new vocabulary. Now, Fleischer name, did some research on that too, okay? And it's German Yiddish, and very briefly, it translates into a butcher. Okay, am I correct? Okay, okay. Wikipedia is correct. Great, good. So, why is this relevant? Well, I've got a subtle, or perhaps not so subtle, message from Brian. See, the name, my last name is Armbruster. And it also has Austrian-German origins. And back in the day, an armbrust is a crossbow. And an armbruster is one who either manufactured crossbows or was armed with a crossbow in battle. So, I hope you got the message there. Okay? Anyways, that's enough of the nonsense. We both love you very much, and we're just delighted to have you a part of the family, and we couldn't be happy for you.
I just have a few words. So I'm not the writer in the family. That is my sister, Lori, very talented. Me, I'm the kiss sister. So this is my kiss. I just want to say, I'm not trying to cry, but I'm so proud of you and of the generous and loving person that you have become. And Brian, you are one hell of a lucky man. But Archie. Who can forget Archie? He came into my daughter's life when she really needed someone. And he's my first friend. So I wish you nothing but love and happiness. And I'm sorry.
Just one last comment, okay? And just saying, but we still got lots of room in our hearts for another grandbaby here too.
Thank goodness for Lisa, because I borrowed her glasses. It's not my fault.
Look great.
Me now? We are thrilled to have such a wonderful gathering of family and friends to celebrate Kristen and Brian's wedding. As Brian represents the last of the current crop of Fleischers to get married, it's an even sweeter moment for our family. I'm bursting with pride today as the father of the groom and the father-in-law of the beautiful bride. You two, excuse me, I slipped up. You are two very extraordinary people who happen to make one exceptional couple. Kristen, I treasure you as a daughter, and I'm so happy to be part of our family. Brian, we've always had a strong father and son bond, and now a valued friendship as well. I will cherish our dinners together in the city, always full of great conversation and lots of laughs. I could live without you driving up on a motorcycle. However, I'm really glad that's in the past. You've become an incredible young man. Your focus and your determination have served you well, both personally and professionally. You know what you want, and you will do what it takes to get it. Your resourcefulness knows no bounds. A couple of examples, if I may. When Brian was in college, he worked in the Davis alumni office. I should really deserve a good look.
You look great.
He worked in the Davis alumni office In order to get a free trip to Europe, he persuaded the alumni office to resurrect the graduating class trip. And for 30 of his classmates. He then persuaded 30 of his classmates to go to Europe. And then, not only did he get the free trip, but out of that deal, but he also finagled an additional 6 weeks with a little help from his parents. Chapter 2. Brian loves to travel and has on more than one occasion figured out a way to do so affordably and score a business class seat, if not a first class seat. It's all about strategy. Scout around for the best credit card mileage award offers, open an account, make the required minimum purchase, pay off the credit card balance, and close the account. Move from card to card until you've accumulated enough of the desired number of miles. Ingenious, right? Brian, as you know, your resourcefulness will get you the miles. It will get you the job. It'll get you all of these things. And your compassion, your ingenuity, your integrity, your humor, and your values, all in one mix, and you'll get a meaningful and happy life with Kristen. I'd like to offer you some advice from my own experience and the same advice I gave Max and Lauren at their wedding. It is this: love Kristen more than yourself, and always put her first. Forgive as quickly and as greatly as possible, which also means never going to bed angry. Share your lives openly with each other. Recognize that you will each change over time at different times and in different ways and for different reasons. And in all of those transitions, work very, very hard to protect and preserve the core of your love for each other at all times. Cheers to you both, L'chaim. I bless you both.
Kristen and Brian, I've been part of this wonderful family for almost 4 years. It's been eventful, to say the least. However, during this past year, the two of you took the word eventful to a whole new level. Kristen became a permanent U.S. resident. You RV hitched to Burning Man. You bought and moved into your first house. You each landed exciting new jobs. You planned a wedding, and you got married. Dr. Lee?
Archie.
Between Brian's fine-tuned resourcefulness and Kristen's project management prowess, you seem to move from one milestone to the next effortlessly. This is why it's always a pleasure spending time with you, and why our hearts are so full watching your love grow. You complement each other so beautifully, and constantly prove to be each other's biggest supporters and devoted fans. A story told by Julia Shakuri at Kristen's bridal shower is a perfect example. Last year, Kristen and Brian attended a friend's birthday party, whose theme it was to dress up as a badass bitch. A woman who is admirable, brilliant, tough, and strong. Fictional or real. Not a surprise that Kristen came dressed as RPG. Brian came dressed as Kristen. Complete with a white lab coat with her name on it, purple streaks in his hair, and other Kristen signature accessories. There was no doubt who he was supposed
Now that's a beautiful testament of love, and one which melted my heart and brought me to tears. Still Your foundation of love, respect, and admiration is what a strong marriage is all about. May you enjoy a lifetime of love, laughter, and happiness. I love you both with all my heart.
Hi everyone, I'm Lisa. I'm Brian's mother and Kristen's mother-in-law. It is such a joy to celebrate Brian and Kristen's wedding weekend with you. Thank you for sharing this marvelous occasion. In preparing for this day, I first reflected on Brian's many brilliant and beautiful qualities. He is determined, independent, entrepreneurial, passionate, consumed with the love of travel and discovery, possessing instinctive abilities, and blessed with a keen sense of humor, particularly in the use of puns, which we all know is a Fleischer genetic trait. As a child, Brian never liked surprises. He preferred to know exactly what life had in store for him, and when he put his mind to something, he would make it happen. So it is no surprise that in choosing his life partner, he found the brilliant and beautiful Kristen, a woman of fierce independence, intellect, passion for love, life, friendships, work and travel, and deep empathy for others. In your time together, I've seen every wonderful quality that you each possess blossom and cherish, and it's really a true testament to your love. On behalf of our entire family, we're overjoyed that Kristen is now officially a Fleischer and a Burbage girl, too. But here's a surprise for all of you. This is not Brian's first wedding. One night in the summer of 1998, at the Marin JCC summer camp, Brian played the role of Muffle in Fiddler on the Roof. That evening, Marty, Max, and I, along with Brian's grandparents, Harry and Shirley, known as Bubby and Grandpa, and Grandma Mita and Stuart, watched an adorable Brian tie the knot under the chuppah. Today, as we celebrate Brian and Kristen's union, we feel the presence of Brian's grandparents and all of those here in spirit who loved him unconditionally. By the way, although Marty and I are both lawyers, we haven't been able to conclusively establish the enforceability of that first ceremony. As long as Kristen is good at it, we think you have nothing to worry about. Brian and Kristen, when Brian was little, I used to remind him that when you smile, the whole world lights up. As you and Kristen gaze at each other with love, all of us take in your radiance. May your world and your lives shine as brightly every day as they do today. I love you.
I am Lisa's plus one. Meeting Lisa is easily the best thing that ever happened to me. But joining this family is too. Lisa's all about family, centered on Brian and Max, Lauren and Kristen, but also, of course, Annabelle, Marty, and Wendy, and all the extended family and friends that are here with us right now. So with Lisa, I also get plus you all. Kristen is already a long-time part of this family,
but maybe with her marriage to Brian, she gets an official ID. So with this toast, we're supposed to be toasting, I want to cheer the marriage of Brian and Kristen, and the mothers, and this terrific family. Cheers to the best.
Right.
2 minutes, right?
2 minutes. 2 minutes. We'll figure it out. 2 minutes. On the clock.
It's never going to happen.
You guys might want to get another drink.
Indeed. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Brian's slightly older, taller, and better-looking brother.
You have all the jobs.
To start, I'd like to congratulate my brother for finally getting over his fear of commitment. Brian has always had an ever-changing list of hobbies and interests. Everyone in our generation had a Beanie Baby, maybe 2. Brian had quite the collection. An investment, perhaps. He had tackle boxes full of minerals, garage shelves of computer components. I'm not even going to get into his watch business, or how he had a steel drum. Who has one of those? What always impressed me about Brian's interests was how deeply he immersed himself in them. It still does, given their typically short duration. He could, and did, and does, tell us every detail about sunglasses or succulents based on meticulous research. I still ask him for advice on clothing and credit cards, although I'm not sure I could ever match his style or his credit score. But growing up, it seemed like we were never into the same things at the same time. Brian played baseball, I played basketball. Brian was into computers, I played Magic the Gathering. We weren't very good at sharing interests, food, or the back seat on road trips. He knows where this is going. He even stabbed me in the ear with a fork one time for the sheer audacity of trying to share a plate of tortellini. To be fair, I had eaten all of mine, and I figured he had extra. Given this history, I'm so thrilled with how close we've become over the past few years. We even have the same job title, data analyst, although Brian always clarifies that we do very different jobs. And this shared kind of job confluence, it gives us a shared language that leaves our mother completely mystified during the weekly Shabbat family conference calls, as we pepper each other with questions about Tableau and SQL. While we become total data bros, obviously the thing we're both best at is bringing doctors into the family. I can't say enough about the unprecedented influence that Kristen has had on Brian. He's become disciplined, professional, kind of funny, and follows through in ways that I hadn't seen before. Not to mention his wardrobe's dramatic increase in all things sparkly and furry. But beyond all that, Kristen, you have become a sensational part of our family. You've jumped into our Shabbats, our Seders, our American Thanksgivings. You were a perfect travel companion on our awesome trip to Colombia last summer. And then you started eating meat again just a little too late to enjoy the 7-story temple of barbecue that we visited. You never complained about having yet another plate of salad and rice. You are always ready for adventure, helpful to a fault, and bringing joy to Brian and all of us. So here's to you, Brian. The bro-Obama to my bro-Biden. And to Kristen, for making our family that much more wonderfully Canadian.
someone told me just to picture the audience like in their underwear, which was working fine until I realized how close Uncle Darren and Uncle Ray were sitting in the front. So I'm still nervous and slightly nauseous. Anyway, I'm Jacqueline. I am Kristen's younger sister, and I just want to start by thanking everyone for being here for this stunning, perfect event. It was planned by Kristen, so did we really expect anything less than perfection?
Woo! Absolutely not.
Try growing up under that shadow. I'm kidding, of course. But what I love most about Kristen is that she somehow just always has it under control. You never have to worry that something won't be taken care of, or researched, or looked into, or turned into a 10-page Excel spreadsheet. Okay, I have to tell this little story. So at Christmas time, our family always sends each other like little gift ideas. And all of us just sent a quick email with like 3 little bullet points. Oh, not Kristen, no. Kristen one year sent us a full-on PowerPoint presentation. This thing had a title page, a table of contents, images, sizes, Amazon reviews, links to where to purchase these said items. But that's just the kind of person Kristen has always been. Sorry. It made shopping really easy though. One of my favorite memories with Kristen, and I'm not sure you even remember this. I think I was 4, Kristen was maybe 8, and it was at Christmas time. And so our house growing up, the hallway had super squeaky floors. And so at Christmas time, we were trying to devise a plan of how we could, early Christmas morning, sneak down to the living room to check if Santa had been there, open up our stockings without waking out Mom and Dad. But our floors were super squeaky, and they would, of course, hear us sneaking out of our rooms. So in typical Kristen fashion, again, she's like 8 years old, took the lead. We drew a floor plan of the entire house, and we marked with X's where the squeaky parts were on the floor. I think we drew in where the lamps were, and the couches, and the walls, and we put like a dashed line of where to go to get to the stockings. I'm not sure if we ever used it.
I don't think we did. I think we slept.
But I think it came in super handy in our teenage years. If only our basement door wasn't such a buzzkill. So growing up, I was definitely the annoying little sister.
You're here.
Erin can attest, my other big sisters, like textbook annoying little sister. So I want to take this opportunity to publicly apologize and say, catch up on a lot of stories that I feel like I owe you.
Oh, God.
We're gonna be here a while.
I cut it down. Okay, I'm sorry for always trying to steal your clothes. I'm sorry for annoying you and all of your boyfriends, spying on you, hiding your shoes in the freezer. Brian, you're welcome. I'm proud to say I have grown out of that. You're welcome. I'm sorry for barging into your room, waking you up with a video camera in your face because I was making a home movie. And I'm sorry for the time I caught you sneaking in after curfew. Another quick story. So, our basement door growing up, as I said, was a huge buzzkill, the loudest door on the freaking planet. So anyways, one night Kristen was out, and I hear a car pull into the driveway. And so I look out the window, and I see Chris walking the driveway, and I hear the door slam shut, like slam shut, as our basement door does. And I'm like, oh cool, Chris is home for the night. And then I see her run back out into the driveway, back into the car, and drive away. How smart is she? Slam the door, because we all know Mom is lying awake until she hears the door slam shut, and then sneak back out, you little genius. Anyway, I'm really sorry for totally busting you and getting you grounded. God, I was I won't apologize for. I won't say sorry for always looking forward to our time together. Binge watching The Hills, finally getting to see each other at Christmas time, our trips to Emma Lake each summer. Speaking of Emma Lake, I'm also sorry for the time I flung a burning marshmallow into your hair. And those crazy 2 breads from Uncle Greg. I won't say sorry for wanting to dress like you, be like you, copy your signature. I really had no identity. I won't say sorry for always looking up to you with the sincerest admiration from as young as I can remember. The truth is that you've always been my role model. And in true little sister fashion, I just wanted to be like you. You've always been the strong, fierce, knew what she wanted and went for it kind of girl. You've always been so caring, a true leader, and always seem to have what you need exactly when you need it. A Band-Aid in her purse, the explanation to how something works, because we all know she's read the manual cover to cover, probably twice, or just solid advice. I've always just felt so taken care of by Kristen. Even living so far away, I always just feel safe knowing she's just a phone call away. I could not be happier that she's found a person to share her life with who will take care of her the way she always takes care of everyone around her. Brian, you are the perfect addition to her life and to our family. When we came down to visit for Kristen's bachelorette party, everyone kept raving about how, since meeting Kristen, Brian has changed for the better. I'm not sure what to make of that. But, having known Kristen my whole life, I also believe that Kristen has changed for the better since Brian entered her life as well. And I think that's the hallmark of a beautiful love story, when you absolutely bring out the best in each other. Brian, thank you for giving my big sister everything she's ever wanted, and making her so happy. I'd like everyone to please raise a glass. Let's toast Kristen and Brian. I wish you a lifetime of happiness. May the road be long and the party never end. Cheers.
Hello. Is this a wedding or what?
Turn that up.
DJ.
The other one, Brian. There you go, buddy.
Nice.
Happy to do the rescue.
Thanks, Brian. Brian is a man of passion.
Trevor, too close. There you go, buddy.
I've known him for 21 years, and I've seen him become obsessed with many things. There were rocks back when he swore he'd be a geologist. There were cars when he swore he'd own like every one that passed by. A car would go by and he'd be like, "Oh my God, guys, did you see that? That's a Mercedes SL 2000 E5 3 Gouda Gum." He claimed he'd pay for all of them by becoming a venture capitalist. As 14-year-old Brian put it, "I want to be a venture capitalist because they take people's ideas and make lots of money." Then there was denim, shoes, and chambray. Damn, that man looks good in chambray. There were watches, whiskey, and fine wicking wool. Then there was the literal indoor forest that he accumulated. When his apartment started to look like Jumanji, I still didn't have the heart to tell him that he might have a problem. But all of those are material things. They're just a tiny fraction of Brian's full passion, which he reserves for the people around him.
He's one of the most caring and loyal friends, celebrating everyone with his goofy antics that hide a deeply thoughtful love. No matter what we were going through, I knew I could always count on him for a hug or a laugh. I remember being cheered up by countless carpool rides in high school, where in order to earn a spot in the front seat, you do this little dance. It's called the shoddy or shotgun dance, and it goes like this. Shotgun, shotgun, shotgun. Just this morning when I needed to borrow a comb, he goes, "Yes, I have a comb, but it also has lice." Also classic Brian. Brian was always there for me through our awkward adventures in high school, to our trip to the pet cemetery under the freeway, to hours he spent de-inking baby squid for one of our many seafood-themed Game of Thrones parties. Though I didn't end up joining him into the next journey that began with dodgeball and led to the love of his life, it's been such a joy to watch him thrive, as only Bright Guy can. And now we're all here today because of the joy that Brian has brought to all of our lives. Kristen, before we even met, by the way Brian talked about you, I knew you had to be an amazing person. You're brilliant, beautiful, and seem just as quirky, but in a completely different and complimentary way to our beloved Brian. And you've given us all a blessing. Because of the love that you both share, Brian's love for everyone else in his life shines. Through caring for you and you in caring for him, he's able to take his goofy, lovable gift to the next level. So thank you, because for selfish reasons, we all get to benefit from this magical union. And for selfless reasons, we all get little tears to see you both so happy. I can't wait to see what you two cook up next. Winky face.
All right. My name is Sasha. For those of you who know me, very good to see you. For those of you who don't, look around for the concerned faces, and that'll just about everything you need to know. Listen, I just wanted to talk about Brian really quickly. We all met at very unique points in our life. I'm sure I brought up dodgeball. That's how a lot of us know each other. And, that's really how we got started. It was a great point in our life. We were not making good decisions. We were closing the bar at 1 o'clock on Monday. We go to work feeling fine on a Tuesday, which is great, because now you drink 2 Bud Lights on a Tuesday night, you feel like I got hit repeatedly in the face by a shovel the next morning, which also sucks. But that was fun. We met each other though, because I'm really convinced that everybody in this group, we all really needed each other at the point that we met each other. And we hung out, you know, you moved in upstairs, it was great. It was like a sitcom. Sort of a thing. It was a lot of fun. We'd pop upstairs, we'd hang out, we'd watch a ton of Euro Trip and Super Troopers. I was thinking about quoting Super Troopers, but that's too predictable. No, and then I promptly left. I moved to New York, right when we met Kristen. I was there too, and I was going to tell you guys about that magical night. Thank you, Leslie, for ruining that. Go ahead and delete that from here. And an interesting thing happened though, because my life with Ryan was something that, you know, I'd see you every day, right? Which is obviously way too much. But then it would be every couple of months. And what was cool was, you know, when you go to the gym or lose weight, do things I know nothing about, you can't look in the mirror every day, you can't step on the scale every day. It's something that you kind of notice in chunks. And so I'd see you in different chunks. And you know, when I left, I came back and you had a girlfriend. That was cool, you know? I'd leave a couple months later, I'd come back, you got a motorcycle. I came back, and then he was trying to get rid of the motorcycle. Brian, seriously, get rid of the motorcycle. Yeah, just get rid of it. Come back, you've got a new house. You've got a new job. Global warming, the sun is shining in Pacifica. Wow. I come back and you have a fiance. And now you have a wife. Wow. The theme is that you've become a better and better and a better version of yourself. And it's amazing to see that change in these snapshots, not in day-to-day life, but in these increments. And it's a profound change, an astounding change, and it's really, really impressive. And I'm absolutely blown away. I would even say that you've added value, Brian.
Add
value. He's got a nickname, he's the least valuable player. You can talk to me about that offline. Brian has added value. So, Brian, may the global warming keep the sun away from Pacifica. Never stop adding value. I love you, congratulations to you both. I wish you all the absolute best. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, hi everybody, I'm Erin. And I'm Lisa. And Kristen, Lisa, and I have been friends since the 7th grade. So we've seen a lot of Kristen over the years. Lots of good, some not so good. But mostly good. A true friendship endures moves, marriages, kids, and living a country apart.
The one thing that remained constant for us was Kristen. She's always brought us together and kept us together.
It's so nice to see that Kristen has remained the same person for essentially 26 years. She's still a little high-strung, she's still a little hyper-organized, and she's still very much in need of a Valium. But above all else, she is still one of the most beautiful people inside and out.
Yeah.
Kristen, for some reason, not that she's the oldest of the three of us, or we are the same age, but she did seem to be the first one to do a lot of things, or whatever. I mean, there are many stories, so see us later if you want them all, but we're just going to be very brief.
So, where did you put it? Okay, so first, Kristen was the first person to get her learner's license and drive. In fact, I was there actually the very first time she drove a car. I'm sorry about that, Ron and Allie. I don't know whether you know about this or not. But I had an older neighbor at the time, and so we decided to take out his mother's green Lincoln Town Car. So she has literally signed her learner's license, and out we go from the driveway. It was not a pretty sight. So, in keeping with Ron's story about Kristen's driving and Jackie's story about that, the little Ford Escort that we went to, I don't even know how many parties, and you probably don't need to know either. We just took in that wagon. We'll be talking to you later.
So also, Kristen was also the very first one of us to have a cell phone, which doesn't seem like a big deal now, but nobody had one. So we were like making up reasons to phone our parents, like, and the thing was massive. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen these old Motorola, like, but that's so in 1997, that was a huge thing. It was a big, big deal for us. So she's also, and her speed technology savvy, so it just carried on from there.
So, and Kristen is, sorry. She was always, I cannot read your writing.
She was the first one.
Yeah, so Kristen was also the first one to go to university, and she's always made us so proud. She was our first and only friend to get her PhD, and we proudly brag about our doctor best friends. Yes. When Kristen moved to San Francisco, we were nervous to have her so far away, but it turned out to be the best decision because this is where she found the love of her life, Brian.
So I actually just met Brian for the first time in December, and Erin hadn't even met him yet, but instantly, like, I met him, and she was texting me, like, what's he like, and I still have the text message, so we referred back to that. I said, he treats her like a queen, he adores her, it was meant to be, it was amazing, it was the perfect person that we could find for our best friend, so it was pretty special.
We need to point to it, I can't hear.
You were really bad at this when I went off.
Oh, it's the other one.
Sorry, I also have something else to say.
It's not surprising.
Sorry, you guys. We also have been here last time in San Francisco in February, and Brian also welcomed us into his home, and he made us feel like his family. He did his family, everybody, but it was amazing.
And I found a quote recently that I thought was actually very, very fitting. So it says, family isn't blood. It's the people who miss you when you are far or near. And to us, you'll always be family. And we really want to thank everybody who's welcomed Kristen into their San Francisco family. Lauren and Sasha, I could not ask for two other best bridesmaids. You guys have welcomed Lisa, Jackie, and I, like we're all sisters. And I'm so overwhelmed with the family that Kristen has created here and been accepted into. It's so heartwarming to also be included in that, being so very Canadian, and you guys have welcomed us like nobody, and we just really want to thank you for that and taking care of our girl.
Yeah. And Kristen did stand by both of our sides at our wedding, so it is pretty special that we could be here. It's our absolute honor to stand here with her and Brian while they start on the new chapter, the most exciting chapter of their lives. We're really proud, really excited.
I still have no idea. So Brian, you found one of the best ones out there, and Chris, we think you have found your other half in this man beside you. We love you both, and we will always be there for you in a heartbeat. Cheers to Kristen and Brian.
Oops. It's about that time. Okay, hi. For those of you who don't know me, Max and Brian's older brother from another mother. Definitely the handsomest, I have to say. Seriously, it's Kristen and Brian. It's really wonderful to be here tonight celebrating with you in such a beautiful space, such a beautiful union with such great people. Brian, I can still remember you telling me the story of how you met. Not the official version that we heard at today's ceremony. I think it went something like this. There you were, Brian, in your foam red rubber hat. And there she was, in the very same hat, maybe with a little strand of purple hair poking out. Your eyes locked, both of you, making America great again. And then suddenly, together. Oh, wait, oh shit, I'm sorry, that was the Max and Lauren story. Let's start again. There you were, Brian, naked and pure, dancing in your birthday suit through the bonfire in God's country outside Reno, animalistically flowing to the rhythm of the universe in some DJ synthesizer at 180 beats per minute. When your eyes locked and Cupid's arrow flew, unaided, of course, by any chemical other than pure love. And here we are today. Oh, wait, that's not right either. So it was Tinder after all. Okay. All right. I'm sorry
work at Facebook, and you have access to all of my email and bank accounts. You already knew that. And while we're on the topic, you should go ahead and help yourself to a nice wedding check. Nothing too extreme, but not cheap either. Still, I have to say, Facebook is a lot better than Smule. I think that's how you pronounce it. Okay. For those of you who don't know, that was Brian's old job. I don't know what a Smule or Smule is or means, but I do know it involved Asian queens and karaoke. So, although I'm sure it's completely legal. So, no ongoing legal exposure for you. Nothing to worry about, Kristen. Kristen, you have degrees in cellular and molecular biology. You have a PhD in genetics. You are a smart, successful, sophisticated woman. I was going to add from Saskatoon, but that would be obnoxious. When we heard about you and Brian getting together, at least those of us on the Fleischer side had one question, which was, what are you thinking? Too many festivals. Too many festivals. But the truth is, we know. You see the same sweet, infinitely lovable, very clever fellow that we all do. So let's raise a glass to this wonderful couple to echo an old hero, live long and prosper, L'chaim.
L'chaim!
Brian and Kristen, unfortunately, I haven't gotten to spend too much time with you guys as a couple because you started dating shortly after I moved out of San Francisco. I'm not necessarily claiming that Brian was in the market for a new soulmate when I left. I'm just saying that the dates add up. Believe that or not, I don't think there's any doubt that you are a much better influence on Brian than Sasha and I ever were. Today, Brian, you are a well-presented, wildly employable, responsible homeowner, and a loving, eligible husband. The Brian, Sasha, and I returned home from Beer Olympics competitions or Limp Bizkit concerts was anything but any of those things. Brian, I'm proud of the man that you've grown into in mine and Sasha's absence. Anyone who knows Brian, as many of you definitely do, and have watched him shop online for watches, denim, shoes, whiskey, any of the other things people have mentioned, houseplants, know that he's very careful about what he chooses to invest his time and energy in. Looking at all the amazing people assembled here today, it's very clear that you two are also very careful about the people you choose to surround yourselves with, and I'm honored to have been a part of your day. Brian, I love you and I miss you. I'm excited that now the wedding planning is over, you can resume your quarterly visits to New York City. I mostly just want to say a huge congratulations to you both and wish you the very best for your motorcycle-free future in your Pacific Palace. Everyone please raise your glasses and toast to Brian and Kristen.
Well done, Lee. No, just pull it. No, twist. Yeah, there you go. Point it down. And then angle it towards you a little, see right.
Okay, it's almost over. Really put me as a bummer. I'm Sasha, this is Lauren. I didn't realize what an auspicious day it would be when I invited Kristen to join me at Coachella. I don't usually mix my professional and personal life, but I just had a good feeling about her. And that weekend was the first time I really got to know her. As you all know her now, the selfless, over-prepared, and amazing person that she is. She is like a sister to me. I know I can depend on her to have sage advice and choice words for most situations. And it's only fitting that she found someone like Brian. Getting to witness Brian and Kristen's love grow together has been a privilege. And I'm so happy that she found someone that can reciprocate her thoughtful, loving self as you both deserve and have found in each other. We've shared many memories together since then: Burning Man, our engagements, weddings, and I can't wait for everything that's in store for us in the future. I can't wait to share maternity clothes with you. And I'm talking about Kristen, not Brian. Babysit your children and make the most amazing wagon biker gang for when we bring our kids to lightning in a bottle. So thank you for having me in your life. I love you both so much.
The only thing between you and dancing is me.
Bring it out.
Before I really get started, I need to share a little story about this hat. Is it good? No. This is not the first time this hat has been worn at a wedding. And there's a little bit of history to it. Many years ago, at a Coachella we attended, Ambrose made a joke that when Kristen cries, it's like a fountain of tears. And so the Fountain of Tears hat was born. Now me, I'm not a crier, except when I'm around my Kristen. So it's only appropriate that I don the Fountain of Tears hat for her. I first really met Kristen at Coachella 2015. It was the first day of the festival, and a text message from a number I didn't know mentioned they were at the beer garden. I decided I wanted to join. And I found Kristen there. And I'm so happy I did. From that moment on, Kristen has been my person. We frequently talk about how we have chosen each other as a family. Kristen and Brian have been the type of family that celebrates alongside you, but is also there when life hasn't been as kind. I remember Kristen and Brian checking in on me after a particularly hard day, and coming over with Indian food and Archie, always Archie, and staying until I knew I was going to be okay. They have been my greatest support system, even when we're putting up the tent.
I'm sorry for what I said.
Yeah. We've been through sunsets and sunrises, and we've ugly cried at every festival we've ever been to. Kristen is not just the most caring person I have ever met. She is also so organized that she has everything you would ever need before you knew you needed it. I am sure she has pulled something out of her Mary Poppins bag for each and every one of you. She's the type of deeply empathetic person that makes you want to be a better, more caring person. I know that I am a better person for having her in my life. One of the things I love most about Brian, besides the fact that we are really basically the same person, is how much care and support you provide for my Kristen. I remember when Kristen met Brian. We've heard that story a few times. Although technically you met at TBD. To be clear, they met before it was at TBD. I also remember after their first LIV, where she said matter-of-factly, "He is my lobster." You two have built a beautiful life together, and I can't wait for everything your future has in store. I know that it will be beautiful in a mind-blowing spreadsheet with just the perfect amount of extra. I love you two, all of it. Cheers.
Are you turning that off? Yeah.